Hello and welcome back to Castelnaud. As you can see, £3,695 for property maintenance. Absolutely mental that we're paying that, but it is coming out every month, which means we really have to get some money in to our little farm. At least we have a lovely home to rest in, so that is very, very nice indeed. Right, we'll make our way outside, because we do need to check on the silage actually, because the cows are probably getting quite hungry. I should actually check on the cows. Right, they are out of food. Blimey. Okay, we need to get food into them. Oh, we've got a little chick. That's cute. Couple months. Didn't even notice. Absolutely adorable, that. Right, the sheep are alright. My poor pigs. They really do. They really do need some more food. Right, okay, let's have a look at the silage just to see where it's at. I'm hoping we did it just at the end of the last episode, so there's a chance that it's not quite ready yet, but... Right, 59%. Okay, we will see. How much hay have we got? 4 bales. Okay, we'll bring 2 over to the cows for now. Alright, we'll start with 2. Right, so as you can see here, I have actually, at the end of the last episode, I did purchase Farmland 24, which is Field 56, which is now ready to harvest, which is our alfalfa, our newest alfalfa field. Now, the grass here, is it ready to harvest? I kind of hope it is. Yes. So I usually wait for it to be ready, but we need hay. We desperately need some hay, and we might also need some more silage. So what we're going to do is, so I'll get rid of this for now. We've got so much to do, always, but we are going to get it done. So first things first, we'll bring the cows a bit of hay. So we'll start with these 2 bales here. Now the sheep are going to need some hay as well very soon, but as I say, the cows are Holsteins, fully grown, and they are very, very hungry all of the time. So we'll start with this, we'll give them their hay, then we'll look at getting the... I know it's a bit cheeky to make hay in October, which is why we did the silage that we did in the last episode, getting all that done when we could, which was very necessary to do. But now what we're going to do is focus on a bit of cheeky October haymaking. Now, the sun is said to be coming out, so we might do both of these fields as hay. I don't even know where I'm going now. I'm getting all kerfuffled here. I was coming down to the silage pits with my hay. No, what I would actually really like to do is, I'm very tempted to purchase. Here you are, cows. I know you're probably starving. Here you are, here you are. Got some hay for you there. Enjoy. Bon appetit. Come on. Come on. And there we are. Brilliant. We'll just leave this here for now, but at least they have some food. What I'd really like to do is purchase 49, but I think that's just a bit mental to think that that's possible, because it's probably, yeah, very expensive. Maybe in the future we'll consolidate all of our other fields here into one big field, so we can do hay and silage out of one massive field, but that will come in time. For now though, we do need to harvest 56 and 90 for either, like I say, hay or otherwise. Now let's check on our other fields, because we do have weeds in 71 and we've got weeds in 14. I still can't believe that I forgot to roll the little bit of that field. Nevertheless, it's alright. Luckily, very lucky for us, we have some equipment available for demo. So we will check out that demoed equipment in a bit, as far as weeding and hoeing is concerned. So now that we've purchased that alfalfa field, I suppose the first thing we could do is get in it and start cutting up. I also do want to take a couple of items down to the shop from the other farm, because we don't need all these doors open. I do want to take a couple of items from here, or from the other farm to the shop. That's to say the plough and the cultivator, because those are 2 things we don't really need to have any more, because we are doing our direct drilling primarily, so that will be the focus there. Right, I suppose that's something we can do afterwards. I would like to at least cut the grass if we can first and get some hay going. Right, let's connect to our mower here. Now we might have to invest in a pressure washer at this farm, because we only have one, as far as I'm aware, we only have one at the other farm, unless there is one down there. I'll have a very quick check before we drive away, because it would be nice to clean this kit before we mow, but I don't think we do. Let's have a gander down here. Oh, watch out, chickens. Hello. Oh, there is one. Brilliant. I thought it was at the other farm, but maybe there is one at both farms, which is fantastic. Right, so we'll make our way down that way. How you doing, sheep? You're going to need some hay as well, hey? Right. At least we have silage that we can feed to the cows, although we need something to mix it with. Oh, blimey. That is something we might have to... I might have to consider some lease-to-own items, but that will come in time as well. Actually, once we get the front mower clean, we'll have a look at the sales, because I'm not against pulling a loan as well. I was tempted to pull a loan for that massive field. Oh, that's very nice, but we just don't need it. Very nice trailer indeed, and nice pickup header as well. But again, not something we really need. We do need to look at the animals. Let's see where it goes, the way to the end. So we do have that one here as well. That's a pretty good one. But we might have to go with something a bit basic to begin with. So that's even this to start, just to get them fed, really. I would like to go for something like the Fersen here, because it holds a lot more. But that is in time. We shall see. Again, could lease to own, but with that property maintenance being £4,000, it really does put us in a bit of a spot of bother. And I'll be honest, a part of me, now this is something I'm not entirely certain I want to do, but a part of me wants to sort of consolidate the farms. That is to say, sell up our cereal farm. I really do want to try pigs, though. I think it would be nice to get a nice arable farm going here and have both going. It's just a bit of hard going to begin with. So I think that idea is definitely on the table, but I don't want to entertain it too much, just in case. Right, let's get some lights on so we're not crashing into things. Now, unfortunately, we're not doing this massive field, but the field we are going to do is just over here. So we'll take this farm track. Very tempting, though, to do this field, but I'm hoping that we'll be able to do something with it. You know what, though? Look at this corn here, this maize. I wonder, is that something we should look at buying? Should we buy this field and do silage? That would require leasing out a bit of kit. Absolutely. You know, this field's not all that small. It's a relatively reasonable size as well, and it'll regrow, so we don't have to faff about with doing all the other sort of drilling and all that. We do have to fix up the pH and all that. We'll do that once we buy the soil information, which I reckon will be very inexpensive because it's a small field. Yeah, might as well just do that now. 525, that's fine. So it should be alright, but we will, yeah, nitrogen and pH it as well. So it says ready to harvest, which means we can still forage it. But I wonder, how much is that field to purchase? 30,000. Oh, blimey, we barely have that. Right, well, let's get mowing and just see what happens first. We'll start with that, and yeah, we'll start with the mowing. As I say, I do want to head to the other farm and get some things sold, and then while we're over there, we will also get some things leased. Sorry, demoed. We are demoing a few bit of kit. Very excited for that. I don't want to give it away just yet what it's going to be. But here, let's just get it all. Crops. Yeah, but I'm not too fussed about that, mate. There we go. Right, we don't need to worry about No, sorry, we're not running MAIZE Plus on this particular playthrough, so we don't need to worry about that, which is fine. But at least we are going to get some nice hay bales here with this. Right, you can turn it off now. Turn off the sensor, there we go. Right, yeah, we're going to get some nice hay bales out of all this. I'm hoping that it's enough to keep... Oh, what's that grass texture there? Oh, it must have caught some of the grass, that's alright. Right, so we'll just get this done. We also have to get the other grass field cut and baled. So we'll probably crack off into a time lapse. You know what? I'm going to go and do that as well at the same time. Yeah, I'll get that done. I'll do this field for hay, and then I'll go over to our grass field, and that will also be, at least just to get it cut. Even if we do it as silage, we do have another pit that we can use, so might end up doing that, but we'll have to see what happens. I will get spun round though, because I do feel like I'm going in the wrong direction with the mowers here, so we'll get that. Get the big mower on the outside versus the inside, and we'll clean up any little missed bits as we go. But yes, we'll crack off into a time lapse, and the same time lapse will bring us through to the other field, the grass field, and get that cut as well. Alright, well it seems we have finally completed the mowing, and it's been a lot, there's a lot to it, so we have now completed what we set out to do, and we can let that to dry in the warm, the warm October sun. We will head back to the farm now with this setup. The next thing we need to do, well, we'll wait for it to dry, and hopefully we can come in with the tedder very soon. Following that, I think both will have to be hay. I really do think that. What we should do next is head to the other farm. Yes, that's what we'll do. So we'll see you at the other farm and get some things sold. Alright, so we are at the shop now, and the shop has been very kind to come and pick up our plough and cultivator here to sell, so we will get those sold. As you can see, the prices for them are all right, nothing too crazy, but we'll repaint and hopefully get a bit of extra cash for that, and we'll do the same for the cultivator as well. There we go, so we're at 61,296, which is absolutely brilliant. And as you can see over here, there is a bit of kit waiting for us. Now this is the kit in which we've been demoed out. So this is all the new, this is a Valtra, so it's a medium-sized Valtra, the Q305. It is powerful enough to actually power the weeder and the hoe here from the Horsch pack of kit. So very excited. This one here, the Horsch Cura 24ST, it's a 24 meter weeder, which is incredible. It's just massive. And then here we also have the Horsch Transformer 12 VF. So this is the hoe. It is 12 meters, and this is the one I think that we'll need to use on our canola field. So we'll just have a very quick look here. Let's go to, there we are. Right, so the weeds are looking a bit dark here, whereas here they're quite light. So I reckon this is the stage we need for, but we can check. Right, so here it says they are large, meaning they might require herbicide instead, which is a bit frustrating, because that means we've waited a bit too long. But we can just come down with our sprayer and get that sorted, no problem. It's unfortunate I did miss to roll this bit, so the yield will probably be a bit less Yeah, it'll be about 8% less, it says. Yeah, about that. Not a big problem. It is unfortunate, though, that we have the need to herbicide, but that's alright. At least we know that the Valtra is going to be going to field 71, which will require both a hoe and a weeder. So we will get these bits sent up there. We won't drive them ourselves. We will get a helper to take them because we have too much on. At the moment we should probably tend to the rest of the tedding and the... I'm going to see if I can get both of these on here. I'm going to actually attach the hoe on the front and see if we can manage that. It is a fairly powerful tractor, so as far as transporting, got the beacons on as well. Oh my, the strobes. As far as transporting, it shouldn't have any issues transporting the two together. But once we get up there, I will use them myself so we can get a proper demo in of the new horse equipment. But there we are. We'll get it set up on the road and we'll get a auto drive helper to make its way to field 71. And we can tend to the field over there. So, there we are. Now, get it opened. Auto drive. Now, field 71. And go. Brilliant. They are en route. Just going to confirm everything else that we've done. Okay, they're going. Good. So I will close that. I do want to make our way up to the silage once more, just to see where we're at with that. See how we're getting on. 63%. Right, so... I will be honest, I'm very, very tempted. Is this field still available? Because if it is, I might be cheeky and pull a bit of a loan to purchase it so that we can have... Because I did want to get sort of this block as well. And then that's something we don't have to worry about doing a massive field like this. We can do all these slightly smaller fields as well. Maybe sell those ones in the future. So... what might help actually? What, you know what? I'm gonna sell this one. I know I've paid for the soil information, and I know I'm taking that as a loss. Normally, when you sell a field, you don't get any sort of loss. There is the loss I will receive from selling that field by losing the soil information. So I will pull a loan to buy this. We don't have to now, actually, but I am going to do it. I know the yield potential is not great, but I like the idea of having a crop right near to the farm, especially when it's something like we can re-drill it as alfalfa or grass, or do another corn or maize harvest. Well, forage harvest. So speaking of, we will look at forage harvesters here. Now, for this first time, I reckon something like... Right, none of those. I might not have added it in, actually. Right, so we do have something like that, which can potentially work out very nicely, and actually that might be a more reasonable option for us, even if we were to lease it out and not... maybe not lease to own, but rather just to lease. Right. Now, if we're to go... oh, no, hang on a minute. That was close. If we're to go back and go to combinations, we can look at all the options we have available. So that would be that, yeah? That's pretty good, 5.3 meters. Yeah, and there's the corn right there. In fact, we can even use this as a grass pickup as well, but we won't worry about that just yet. I think we're going to do that. I think we will lease that out and purchase that field. So, first things first, we will do that. And what I'll do is, here, I just want to have a quick fly up in the air here, just to see. Right, fantastic. So if we set a helper off along this way, then they can go up and down the field and we can follow along with a trailer, because I don't think that this particular unit can tow a trailer, but we do have 2 trailer options, so we'll give them a go. Right, first thing we need to do is come back down and purchase this field. Right, so that might be a bit impulsive, but such is life. We've got it done. Happy days. Now we're going to... I told you, this map is mental. Every second that we turn another direction, there's more stuff to do. Right, so that pickup is no good for us. This is a mulcher. Pretty good deal, but I will be honest, I cannot be faffed with mulching, let alone everything else we have to do. So, go forage harvesters, Jaguar 695. I don't think we'll do the upgrade. We don't need it, unless it gives us a proper hitch or something, but I think we're fine without. I will get some, additional weight. Nah, we don't need weight. Silage additive, I could, but I'm not going to faff around with that. We'll probably bring a nice extra bit, but I really am not going to fuss around. If we buy something like this in the future and we're using it consecutively, you know, harvest after harvest, then yes, but not today. So we will lease it for 3,000, right, £3,060, and that is leased. Now we'll go to combinations, find the corn header, and we'll get that leased as well. Luckily that will only be £816. Happy days. Right, now what I'll do is we'll head to the shop to check it out. And oh no, good thing I cycled through, everybody. Right, let's just get okay, I'll get this sorted and I'll find a trailer that fits to the harvester, and then we'll make our way, get some corn forage harvested. Alright, well, as you can see, we now have the class connected to the class and we are ready to go to the field. So we will get this also auto-driven over to field 55, and we'll keep a very near eye on the helpers. Where is this one? Oh, just arriving. Perfect timing. And now I'm rhyming. Oh my goodness. Right, that'll do, pig, that'll do. Right, you can stop. Oh, brilliant. Good timing there as well. So, right, so we need to clear the... Here, we'll just get that open. So it is 71. So I'm just going to get the hoe put down here for a moment, because we will have to take this back down. Oh no, that's right. We need herbicide for the canola, so that can come in time. Not a big issue there. This is a big issue because it's 24 meters big. Very big indeed. So we will start and complete this relatively quickly. I reckon I'll probably end up doing the whole field myself, and we will have to... oh my, did not expect that. 24 meters is no joke. Blimey, I really appreciate the shop doing us a demo like this, giving us an opportunity to try out some very interesting kit. But definitely for big farms. But this worked out very nice for us. So we will just go through and see how it looks. It must be working. I don't think we have to turn it on or anything. But I will have a look at the map here. We also check, we'll keep an eye on the harvester there. But very quickly we'll find the weeding. Oh, it's going to be about 3 passes and it's done. But just before we crack on into a time lapse, let's see how they manage this turn. This is a very difficult turn to make, but I just want to ensure that it does work. Oh, very nice. Oh, happy days. Right, we'll head back to the Valtra. Where is it? There we are. And we'll crack on. Oh right, okay, so I've just had a cheeky look at the map there, and I really thought that I would have to do another pass with this, because every single time I do weeding with a weeder, it says you have to do it with a hoe as well, but here I'm seeing that that's not the case. I did miss a strip though, so I will see if this works for it. But yeah, that is very interesting indeed. Every single time that I have done weeding with a weeder in the first stage, so that's to say the day after it's developed weeds, so the day after it's been drilled, and for some reason, for some strange reason, it never works. It always has another level of weeding to do. So this one does not. So I'm hoping that this will get rid of that as well. It does. Okay, that's good at least. Right, so I wonder if this would work for removing weeds in the other field that says requires herbicide. I doubt it. I think it will still need to be herbicided? Herbicide sprayed, I suppose, would be the better thing to say. Oh, hello. Got a visitor. Right, so that is going to be one of the next jobs that we can crack on with, although I can't see myself doing too much of it, because we do also have to ted the fields. So we will probably stick this on a helper, allowing us to do some tedding. So that's what we'll probably get set up now, is the tedder. So I think we can do the tedding first, and then when we do the collecting, no, we're doing baling, so we'll do windrowing and baling in one, but this first pass we will do tedding on its own. So we'll just try and get up here, we'll get the mowers taken off, we'll get the tedder put on, and we'll see you in the field. Alright, I've just received notification that the Jaguar has arrived at the field, which is fantastic. So I wonder actually if I can get this on a bit of a helper first, just to save us a few seconds of time. That would be absolutely brilliant. Now, I think at this rate, I'm very tempted to learn or relearn courseplay, because, what do you mean? Right, yes. Maybe tedding, can it not? Oh no, that looks wonderful. That looks very beautiful, that green. Okay, it seems we can't. I should really learn, or set up at least, like I say, relearn bloody courseplay. So let's just shut that off for now. Let's get the... there it is. Right. Hello. We'll get this set up. I think if we go along this way first, it should work out quite nicely. Now, I reckon it will fill up fairly quick, so doing some sort of loading with that, unless it can load... that might only be courseplay that it can actually unload as well into a silo. But I suppose we'll have to just see what happens here. This is a beautiful setup. I'm very pleased with it. I might scrap anything else for silage and just do maize silage, because this is pretty cool. Alright, lowered down. And we are off. Oh no, it's so slow. There must be an issue here. There must be something going wrong. Is it the engine power? Is it not powerful enough? What if we raise up? No, then it just won't work. Oh no. Well, that is something that's good to know for the future. So we will set that on the helper regardless. Oh my, it could be because we're going up a hill. Actually, that's quite an incline. Well, luckily, we can just set it and forget it. We can't forget about the tedding, must get it done. My plan, to ensure that we do get all the tedding and all the rowing and all the baling done in a nice manner, I might try and stick it into one sort of longer time-lapse, like not a time-lapse, but more of a jump cut, montage, time-lapse blend of something like that. We'll have to see what comes of it, because I know we've done a fair amount of this as well, the baling and the rowing and all that. Especially in the last episode, we did a lot of field work for the grass. But oh no, already causing issues. You know what? I'm just going to let the helper do its thing. I should have done a headland though, but at 3 kph, I think that's a bit troublesome to say the least. So first thing we'll do is we'll crack on with the tedding here, and then we'll get the rowing done. I reckon the rowing and the baling we can do with follow me, like we did with the silage, except in this case with baling. So don't know how much we'll miss as far as rows and that, but if I keep the rows very clean, then it should work out. It should work out nicely. So we'll crack on and get it done. And the last little bit of tedding is done, so we can get that all folded up. We'll head back over to the farm now. We'll have a check on the helper. Hopefully they're getting on all right. I haven't seen any notification about them being full up or anything, but we'll switch over to the windrow and the baler, and we can go up and we can get our hay all rowed and baled up. All right. Well, as you can see, I'm just collecting the very first full trailer of chaff. I don't know how long it was sitting there waiting. I don't remember or recall seeing the "Hey, I'm done" notification or "Hey, I'm full up, mate." I didn't see any of that, but I very well could have. I was very invested in the tedding, so it's very possible I just missed it entirely. Nevertheless, we will get it emptied into the pit and we'll get the helper fired off again, and then we can begin rowing and baling our hay. Alright, I seem to have some fantastic timing because I've just realised that the helper is finished, but if you look, there was no notification about it finishing, which is a touch frustrating, of course, as you can imagine, but it's alright because we are here, and as you can maybe also see, I have brought the big Valtra over here as well. Since we have it on demo, we might as well use it. So I'm just going to use it as a chaff carting machine until we can get the job done. So that should be all right. And as you can see in here as well, this particular field unfortunately is full of weeds, absolutely full of them. Well, at least, yeah, you can see them when it's over here, but I haven't decided yet what I'm going to do with this crop. But as it stands, I mean, it's so far so good. I mean, we're at about near on 50,000 litres of chaff from what we've already put in and this trailer, so I think we're doing alright. I think we really are doing quite good so far. We'll get this unloaded into the pit, so that will be 2 loads done. All that faffing about getting the windrow and the baler all set up actually took long enough that the helper was able to do another trailer full, so that is quite impressive at the speed in which it's going. But I think it would go quicker, but it is a bit slow on the up the hill, so that's just due to the engine size, but it's alright. It is leased, so no problem. There's the Massey all ready to go, so I will unload this bucket, or this this trailer load rather, of chaff, and then we can crack on with the rest of the jobs. Alright, well, I think we have an issue, and 2 things. One, we did have about half a bale, straw bale in here, and as you can see now, it's just not collecting the alfalfa at all. Now, my concern is that it's actually... I don't know what to do, really. Perhaps it's the alfalfa that just cannot be collected, or something along those lines, or if it has to be collected with a loading wagon. But I suppose that is something I should have had to think about before. So as it stands, that farthest field that we have unless I wonder if another baler will actually work, because I really don't know what to do with a load of loose hay. Do you know, it just doesn't make sense for us to do that. So I might actually have to sell this baler. Here, we should really shut this off. Before we crack on too much. We do have the grass though, so maybe what we could do first is make our way down there. I'm very upset that we lost half of that bale, because it would have converted automatically. So what I might do is, yeah, that's what we'll do. Well, first I'll check on the helper here and see. So, okay. Oh, it's going so slow. We are definitely going to be paying another fee for another hour at least, which is a bit frustrating, but it's alright. It's getting done. We're going to have loads of silage. Now hay is the issue. Right. Okay, we'll get this... we'll get that folded up. We will get... We'll get this connected as a follow me thing. Although it doesn't have to worry about... Okay, shouldn't have any sort of collision. Oh, good. Okay. Come on. Perfect. Right, well, at least it's working. So we are going to go to the other field. We'll get the hay baled over there, so at least we know we have some hay that we can work with. Because, as I say, the cows are desperate for it. If anything, I should maybe have a cheeky check and see... Alright, this is the wrong way. Okay, we're going to be a bit cheeky and cut across this alfalfa field. It's very bright. Very, very bright. Come on. Come on. He's coming. Right, so we'll go to the far field. We'll get that hay sorted, but I think we are at a point now where we may have... Oh my bloody nor, he's coming in very fast. I guess he can go about 10 kph quicker, can't he? Anyways, this alfalfa in front of us will absolutely be for silage, as long as that works as well. It should work fine, but we will be replacing our baler. We'll have to, because we've got loads of alfalfa that needs to be baled up. It is alfalfa hay, if I'm not mistaken. So, oh, excuse me, careful. So the best course of action for us would be to get that baled up with a different baler. Now, if the baler is the issue, then I don't know what to do. But we'll have to just play it off by ear, I suppose. This should work no problem, but we will do our best to keep it as straight on as possible, so that we can get nice and baled. Oh, bloody Nora, he's not ready. That was my fault. That was absolutely my fault. I forgot to turn him on. So let's just get spun round, get it opened up. We'll get as much of this into a time lapse as possible. I might do, as I tend to do, a bit of a jump cut sort of montage, if you will. But yeah, not really something that we haven't seen before. And as I've said, when I have... Are you having a laugh? Now it's not working at all. Okay, well it seems that the alfalfa or something has broken the baler, so alright, that makes it a bit easier to decide what to do. So once again we'll okay, yeah, once again we'll get this shut off for now. Right, at this point I have to assume it's the baler, so I'm going to do what's necessary here, which is to sell the baler. So we won't get very much for it though, because it was very inexpensive. Right, so I'll get... Okay, it might take a moment, but I'll do all the faffing off camera. I'll get this baler sold. I will probably have to pull a loan. I'll have a look off camera at the other balers available, and then we'll go from there. Because yeah, we need hay bales. We can't do it loose, and for some reason now my the baler here just doesn't want to work anymore. Very unfortunate, but it's fine. These bales are a bit finicky and a bit touchy anyways, so we might have to look at something a bit different, but we might be able to do a lease to own if I can't remember if I have lease to own or not. Nevertheless, we'll get it sorted. I might even just pull a loan and buy it outright, which is probably what we'll end up doing. So I'll sort that off camera, and we'll see you back in the field here in a moment. Alright, so we'll sort out all of the transportation of everything off camera, but I will show the selling and buying on camera just to show you what I'm doing. So we have the New Holland baler in there. We will repair it. And yeah, let's go on then. It should be at least 16,000 if we do this. Nice. We'll sell it for 16,000. Now, I know exactly which baler I have in mind, so I will pull a loan for the total amount so that we're not really spending what we have, because we do need to use that money for other things. So we will borrow £85,000. Brilliant. We'll go back here, we'll open that up, we'll go to, nope, we'll go to balers. This is actually the one I wanted to upgrade to for this playthrough anyways, is the Quadrant 1200 class, because it's fabriqué en France. Perfect for us, made in France, local to buy, fantastic. Fairly, I was going to say cheap to run, but it is a low horsepower is exactly what I mean. BKTs, oh look at that, lovely that is. The dealer label, that's alright. Fire extinguisher, go on then. I was going to say we'll take our chances, but we are focusing, it's just going to be a hay machine, so we don't really need to faff with that. We'll keep the green, we'll keep everything the same. Not really sure what difference that is. That is our brand new baler, the class quadrant 1200. So 83, I did pull out £85,000 loan, but 83,580 and purchased. So we'll take that down to the field. I will see you there in a minute. Alright, we'll get this unfolded and we'll get it, make sure it's 240 centimeter bales, get it turned on, and we should be making hay. Fantastic. I did also just drop off another load of chaff into the bunker silo, so happy days there as well. Now we can finally, hopefully, really, actually, for real, get some hay bales made, I think. I'm very pleased if it does work, and I'm very pleased about that baler. It looks fantastic. Oh yes, stay very near, Massey, very near. Right, so we will put this into, as I said before, a bit of a time-lapse, bit of a jump cut session. We shall see how it goes. I'm excited to find out if it works for alfalfa. I don't see why it shouldn't, and I'm not really certain why the New Holland didn't work. But nevertheless, we do have the baler that we were wanting in the first place, and I'm very happy that we did. Yes, we did have to pull a loan for it, but it's alright, at least we now have it. And of course, as I've said before, I will take this as nicely as I can. Yeah, it's going to miss bits, but we'll come back through here and get it all cleaned up. But for now, let's crack on with the time lapse. Alright, well it would seem we have a new problem to contend with here. I'm not entirely certain what's going on now, but for some reason it seems to catch. I don't know why, if it's just the way it's turning or something, but that's twice now that it's done that. And now I'm kind of not regretting this baler purchase, but as long as it stops doing that. I wonder if it's because of the follow me. I wonder if that's why it's doing it, if it's doing it because there's a it doesn't know what it's doing or something along those lines, but I might have to fix it a few more times. It's not a big problem, but I would much rather do it, no, not do it, rather. Would rather not have to do it at all. But nevertheless, we will crack on with it, and yeah, let's carry on. Alright, well we just managed to get a final bale. Now, how many that is, I'm not too certain, but I guess it'll pop out here. And now we can check 7 bales. So 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Absolutely brilliant. So there was a few issues with the baler. It kept, I don't know, the pickup kept getting hung up on nothing. And it was a bit annoying. But nevertheless, we did finish this field. Now, we are going to head over to the alfalfa field and at least start the process to ensure that we can bale alfalfa hay. But before we do that, we should have a look at the process here. Right, I did set it off again and it did one small area. So I might leave this for now, just because, well, I suppose we could set it off over there. Yeah, I might do that. I'll set it off on the far side. I'll get the other kit back over here. We'll try and get some alfalfa hay all baled up as well. Alright, so we're all set up here again, and we are going to go along here and we're going to see. It looks like just quickly head back over here. It looks like it's working. Come on, get in. That is amazing. But we will stop all of this for the time being, because we have had an absolutely action-packed and very busy episode. These Castelnaud episodes always end up being absolutely mental. And it's fine. I love it. I love the chaos of it. Absolutely. Just where have I? Oh, right. It's over here. Just want to see how far along we got with this before we end the episode. 60% of that. That's fine. Oh, well, 0.9 of an hour, which means we will have a bit of an extra to pay, but that's absolutely fine. Now that we have alfalfa bales underway, that's very good. Now here's my thought process for field 90. I think I'm going to sell it. Now, not right now, but I will sell it. Once we get the bales cleared out, we'll sell the field for 37,000, which should recoup some of our money from this field. But I am very tempted on field 57 as well. I don't even know what's in there. It is canola. So that might be something we can look at in... Look at all the madness of the tire marks. The reason I'd like to get this field is because eventually I would like to have a more... I do like the idea of silage, maize silage, but having 25 as one of our fields as well would be extremely beneficial for the farm, because we can get our silage chopped up all here and brought straight to the pit. Any hay that we need to get done we can do up in the farther field. It's a little bit less of a faff, and having these three as our main silage fields I think is a really good idea. Field 123, or sorry, field 71, once we harvest that crop we have no business with that field anymore. We will also sell it. It is nice yield potential, but I think the best course of action would be to own these three, and then we will keep 19 because, one, it is a very good yield potential on it, and it's a nice bigger size field. So I think it'll be fine for doing hay bales in the future, and we'll focus most of our silage here. Maybe in the future we'll sell all the fields and buy this one, potentially, because this would be a hay and silage field all built into one massive field. Eventually we will harvest and sell field 14 as well, and we can start building on our cereal field here, or cereal farm here, sorry. It's madness, absolute madness, but we will leave with the Jaguar in view. Oh, and a bird apparently. It has been an absolutely, as I said, hectic, chaotic and mental episode, but every episode has been that, and it is amazing. At least the map is stunningly beautiful to look at, so happy days there. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, a cheeky thumbs up really does help out the channel, and I greatly appreciate it. So until the next one, please do take care, and bye for now.